I know a lot of you are probably sitting there and thinking, no man, I'm fine, like I'm a well-balanced individual, you know, I sniff cocaine 4 times a week, but I go to the gym like for the rest of the week. All right, look, if you're gonna make any progress in this world, you're gonna have to first accept that you need to stop doing something in particular. There is always something that's gonna be holding you back, and usually that is drugs, okay?
To be able to buy your freedom, to be able to buy your time.
Yo people, what's up? Hello from Miami Beach. Check this out. I just wanted to show you my apartment block and how close it was to the beach. So that's where I'm staying, right there. Boom, looks pretty dope. Pool, people sunbathing. Anyway, I'll show you that another day. What's more intriguing, what's amazing is, check it out. Like, this is my walkway to the beach. I just have to walk down these stairs. First of all, this is just incredible. This is why, obviously it's Thanksgiving today, so I'm hugely grateful. Not with my family back home, but us Brits don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, so I mean, I'm not really too fussed about being with family today. Here we go, I'm just walking out my block right now, and as you can see, I always choose places that are right next to the beach, otherwise I just don't like walking too far. Pretty spoiled when it comes to these things. Every time I come to Miami, I usually stay on this strip. This time I picked this building here. Usually I go with Airbnbs. It's pretty expensive to stay at a hotel for a month. And the other thing I always say to people when they travel is the reason why I like Airbnb is because you've got a kitchen, and you need to make sure that, you know, you've got portion control and you're not spending stupid amounts of money on unhealthy food. So you need a kitchen if you're staying somewhere for a long period of time, and that's why I love my Airbnbs. But you know, I just wanted to show you guys this right here. Welcome to Miami Beach. Love this place because the weather's just always so good. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. It's like being in the Caribbean, but you're in America, you know, so it's not quiet. There's a lot of stuff to do. Here it is. It's got a beautiful golden stretch of sand right across to the water, which is cool at this time of year. So it's nice to swim in. It's probably about 21 degrees, the water. As you can see behind me, this is one of the famous strips of Miami Beach. Anyway, I don't want to get too caught up with the traveling stories. There's obviously some of you that can take advantage of that at this point in your lives, and there's some of you that are hoping to get to the point where you can do that, because it just seems like most people's dreams these days are to actually work remotely, to be able to do whatever job you're doing, but being able to do it remotely. And that's something that's becoming a lot more popular these days, but some people obviously are still stuck to their desks. And those people don't ever really seem to be that happy, no matter what they're actually doing. Anyway, look, this video, the reason I wanted to make this video, interestingly, is because I'm going to touch on a topic that everyone can also appeal to. I know everyone's dabbled in them. I know everyone goes and has a drink, you know, once in a while, or you don't touch any of them. But this video is all about how to control and how to enjoy drugs. Okay, alcohol is a drug. It's probably one of the most dangerous, and it's the most socially acceptable, unfortunately. Don't know why, don't ask me. I've got my views on this. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because, look, as much as I can be really inspired one day, I might have loads of energy one day, I might be able to, you know, I've gone to the gym, I'm buzzing, I'm having a great time, and there's one thing that can ruin all of those for even the most powerful, even the most mentally strong people. And I'd consider myself as someone who's pretty mentally strong. I don't, you know, get caught up in dumb shit. I'm not, you know, some alcoholic or some drug addict. I tend to keep it pretty clean, apart from the times where I choose to potentially dabble in the drug of choice. And so the point I want to try and prove to you guys is that don't lie to yourselves, okay? Most of you are probably going to be delusional, and this is something I come across quite often when I deal with my friends or people around me. People are so delusional about things. They're like, oh man, no, I'm not, like, you know, I don't drink that much. And obviously you drink 4 times a week, so you drink enough. The first step in doing all of this is probably admitting to yourself that you take too much of one particular substance, okay? And anything, too much of anything is not good. The first thing you need to do is be like, okay, I'm smoking too much tobacco, or I'm drinking too much beer, or I'm taking too much MDMA, I'm sniffing too much cocaine. Whatever it is that you're doing, the first step you've got to realize is, am I doing a little bit too much of this? Is this a little bit unsustainable? I know a lot of you are probably sitting there and thinking, no man, I'm fine, like I'm a well-balanced individual, you know, I sniff cocaine 4 times a week, but I go to the gym like for the rest of the week. All right, look, if you're gonna make any progress in this world, you're gonna have to first accept that you need to stop doing something in particular. There is always something that's gonna be holding you back, and usually that is drugs, okay? So what inspired me to make this video, in fact, is I was out in Miami and I was having a good time. I've been in for about a week now, and you know, I was in the flow and things were going really well, and I was drinking over the weekend, and that was fine. But what ended up happening is I ended up meeting a friend, and he ended up leaving some weed at my house, and I ended up smoking the last 2 or 3 days, and it was a massive hindrance, like massive. So, you know, you might say to me, oh yeah, I smoke weed to be creative. All right, cool, I get that, fine. You probably do that, but there's a time and a place, which is what most of you probably need to understand. So just always understand there's a time and a place for smoking that joint that you really want to, for having that beer that you really want to. You need to get control of yourself first. I would say, look, once or twice a week, if you're having a beer or if you're having a little smoke, it's not the end of the world, okay? Once a week is usually okay. You can probably let loose. That's why everyone calls it a cheat day in the industry, a cheat day in the fitness industry. So, look, if you wanna, you know, get silly once a week, fine. You'll also realize how difficult it is the next day to function as a normal human being, because you just simply won't. You will not function at your best capacity. You know, you won't be able to function at your best. It's just simple, because you got to think about it like this, right? Your body is basically a machine, and its inputs and its outputs. So if you input shit, there is inevitably going to be an output of some shit. You could maybe still go for a run, or you could still hit the gym, or you could still write that story you were writing, but it's not going to be your maximum output because you put shit into your body in the first place. So don't expect yourself to come up and create unbelievable things and unbelievable businesses and write unbelievable stories and make unbelievable music if you're spending a lot of your time just getting silly and getting messed up with your friends and taking drugs. All right, I'm telling you, like, I'm in this absolutely incredible place. Oh, Miami Beach is the best. I could easily be drinking every day, smoking every day, treating it like a holiday, getting silly, and yes, I have done that in the past. I have done that in the past, okay? I am the first one to put my hand up and say, I have been a victim of enjoying myself a bit too much. There was a time in Miami Beach, I think it was 2 years ago, where I was out, like, I think we counted it, my friend and I was out like 30 nights in a row. In a row, I was out 30 nights. Do you think I did anything productive in those 30 nights? In those 30 days that I had? The answer is no, I didn't do anything productive. I just sat around smoking weed all day, and in the evenings, I would just get drunk. That was it. I'd just get drunk, and I would, whatever, chase girls or whatever you do in these kind of gorgeous places, right? So that's basically what I ended up doing for 30 nights. Because I had too many toxins in me. That's why, right? You know, the classic cliche saying of don't do drugs, kids, like, that's bullshit. You can't tell me not to do something because then I'm going to want to do something. It's actually reverse psychology. It just makes me think, oh, why am I not allowed to do that? You know, interesting. How come the older guys are allowed to do it? So I can go through every single drug experience, every single particular type of, drug, not obviously all of them, but the recreational ones that are popular, and talk you through what's supposed to happen and how you're supposed to feel, and how, most importantly, how you're not supposed to feel. And people, unfortunately, are too immature to be able to handle these drugs and these substances that end up going into their body. They just struggle to maintain a positive attitude. Some of them fall into real negativity, some of them fall into dark holes, and it's dangerous. It's a really slippery slope. I've grown up with a lot of people who ended up slipping down a drug road, and my sober friends are certainly living more wholesome lives, put it that way. Not to say that I'm not saying drugs are bad, because they're not bad. You just need to know how to control them and in what doses and how you're expecting to feel and how to bring out certain types of emotions by doing certain types of drugs, right? So you need to have full control of yourself if you're going to take these drugs. I remember talking to someone the other day and saying, oh, magic mushrooms, and he said, oh, I've never done magic mushrooms because I don't want to lose control of myself. I like always having control. And I said to him, well, drugs, you're not always going to have control when you do drugs, and you're just going to actually have to let them take you down a particular path. But the point is, the reason I'm making this video is because the idea of Design Your Life is to now turn your life around, okay? It's to actually take charge of your life for once. To turn around and say, right, look, I'm going to actually make a change now, okay? I am sick of living this life that I'm sick of living in this, having this job. I'm sick of looking like this, okay? I'm overweight, or I'm too skinny, or whatever. There's something about me that I don't like, that I want to improve. My job's just not paying me enough. This relationship of mine is abusive. We've all got problems, okay? We've all got problems. Believe me, we've all got problems. I'm even in a position where I can go anywhere I like. I've got a great family. I'm someone who's very well balanced, and this is why I want to teach you guys the Design Your Life course. But don't get me wrong, there are days where I'm down, there are difficult days, and there are things in life that I really need to improve on. Let's walk back down the other side of the beach now. I've already walked pretty far this way. And over there's where the most fun is. As you can see, this beautiful patch rolling around on now. The water's amazing, and there's quite a few people here. It's funny because it's Thanksgiving and there's still quite a few people around. You thought they'd all be with their families, but hey, there are people like me strolling around doing videos for you guys. So I want to get back to the idea here about the point of Design Your Life is how to live at your most optimum. And you're not going to be optimum if there are substances inside of you that mean you're going to run an inefficient level. You're going to be inefficient. Your body is not going to run as efficiently as it should be. It's a machine. You must feed it the correct materials. You must feed it water. You must feed it good food, lots of fruits, lots of vegetables. The course will tell you exactly what to eat, when to eat it, okay? So hold tight for that. Take up this free content for now. So it's what goes in your body. I said is water. I said the second thing is the fruits, the vegetables, all the different healthy things that you guys should be eating, okay? Stress, no. Input stress, output bad damn news. We do not need stress in our lives. This is why the spiritual aspect is the part that helps us in that section of our lives. So we're able to be at peace, and we're able to stroll along and do a video or do whatever bloody hell you guys need to do, whatever work you need to do. So no stress, thank you very much. Exercise. Your body needs to be pumping. How is the oxygen going to get into your brain? How are you going to think efficiently? And how are you going to be able to operate if your red blood cells are not delivering the oxygen to the right places fast enough? Because for most of my friends, I'm telling you, for most people that I know, they don't live in this efficient way, and therefore they're unable to do the things that I'm able to do. And I meet so many people who feel like shit all the time, and they wonder why they feel like shit all the time, because they're feeding themselves shit all the time and the inputs are not correct. So you got to get the inputs right so that you get the correct outputs. Fine. Anyway, let's move back on. So next thing I want to talk to you about is, right, you now want to run at your maximum efficiency, okay? You want to edit the best videos, or you want to write the best book, or you want to sell the best pitch, or you want to build the best app. If you are at your optimum, I can tell you that the only thing that will skew your creativity in an interesting way are drugs. So this is when you hear about Silicon Valley entrepreneurs and techie guys microdosing acid, which a lot of you guys might know as LSD. So the reason why they're doing this, and they're doing this in a controlled manner, by the way, they're controlling the substance in a controlled manner. And obviously you don't take a full tab of it, because then you're going to trip out and go nuts. I've done it before, it was fantastic, had a great time. So these guys are microdosing, so they're taking 1/10 of the amount that you're supposed to take recreationally. And what that does is it just gets their creative juices flowing. Same thing for people who are writing a book, or same thing for people who are making music. What you'll know about a lot of musicians, and I hang out with musicians, is that they will do their thing during the day. They might write their lyrics, they might sing their songs, because they need to make sure they're, also for musicians, you need to be in good health. Your lungs need to be able to blurt out noise, okay? So with a lot of musicians, what they'll do is in the evenings, they'll smoke some weed, okay? They'll smoke some weed to get really creative. Because what weed does is it puts you in a different mindset and it gives you a different perspective on your reality. And that's the important part, your reality, not everyone else's. So if your reality is bad and you smoke weed, your reality is going to get that little bit more twisted. If your reality is good and you smoke weed, you're going to have a slightly bigger smile on your face that day, and you're going to look at things in a different fashion. So a lot of musicians will get their music, sing their song that day, smoke some weed in the evening, go back, reassess, and realize, I don't know, I think we take that instrument out. I think we need to add this kind of noise in there. I think we need a woman's voice for this particular section. So it brings out some really cool creative stuff. So yes, there's a time and a place to enjoy drugs. Yes, there's a time and a place to have fun with your friends on the weekend and have a few beers. But if you are trying to design your life, if you are trying to live the life that everyone wants to live. That was my first video in Dubai, right? The title of it was How to Live the Life That Everyone Wants to Live. Because I just want you guys to live the same damn life that I live. Because the answer is yes. It is the life that everyone wants to live. It's a life of freedom. It's a life of financial freedom. It's a life of, you know, being clear-minded and being spiritual and actually being really happy with your place in this world and not needing too much. I don't need Ferraris, I don't need a big house to be happy, because I've mastered this new demeanor, which doesn't require materials. What it does require is knowledge and education, and I had to fill myself with that information over time. But the advantage of me doing these videos for you is that you can skip reading all those books, skip watching all those podcasts, skip watching, you know, first of all watching any of that crap TV that you're watching on Netflix. Definitely skip that crap. But at least you can get the information directly from me, and you know, you can skip a lot of the bullshit. That's the point of my courses, that's the point of my content, that's the point of my videos. It's the point of me, skipping the bullshit, getting straight to the point. Like I said to you in the past, Gary Vaynerchuk is a really big inspiration of mine. He cuts the crap, he really just gets to it straight, he swears a lot, and I wish I could do the same. Well, probably will end up doing so, but he just says it how it is, and it's just very real. And we need more people like that in this world. We definitely need more real people to tell us exactly how life is. And you know, just don't beat around the bush, please. Tell me how it really bloody is. Because when I was a young kid growing up, or even not a young kid, even now, like, no one really puts it to you in an honest, stern, and structured way. And so thankfully now we can do these videos and we can put these courses online for you guys to be able to watch, because you're not going to learn this shit at school. No, hell no, you are not going to learn this shit at school. You're going to learn not much. In fact, I went to some great schools. I went to one of the top universities in the world in London called Imperial College London, and it was just 3 years of having fun and drinking and going out and just meeting the best thing about it was my network and the people who I ended up meeting. They ended up being great friends of mine. So you pay thousands and thousands of dollars to meet new people and to be in a new community. So the old way of schooling is dead. And the new way of schooling is picking up the dam, is picking up your credit card and paying for a course which is going to change your life, and it's worth it because I've done this in the past and it did change my life. And I want to change a lot of people's lives, and the first way I want them to do so is by just understanding that they need to, and the second thing is understanding inputs and outputs. They are putting too much shit into their bodies and they'll never be able to change. They just won't, man. They just won't. They won't be able to change. I'm telling you, I know that. If you're going to carry on the same way you are, drinking, boozing, smoking weed, taking drugs, eating crap food, you ain't gonna make it. No way. No way. You are not gonna be successful. I know that. Okay, and if you are, cool, man. Send me a picture and video of yourself, and I'm happy for you. But you've got to play with the odds, man. I mean, you need the odds in your favor. And when you have the correct inputs, the odds are more in your favor. There's more of a chance of good stuff happening to you. Good stuff doesn't just happen to random people. Oh man, that guy's so lucky. He always has like cool shit happening to him. Bullshit. That guy is creating a world where good stuff can happen to him, and good stuff isn't happening to you because you're not creating that world, right? The first step is creating that world, building it so that you can live, so that you can be in that environment where good shit happens to you, where opportunities fall onto your doorstep. And that, again, is a cliche, right? Opportunities don't fall onto your doorstep. You have to go out there and find these opportunities. Okay, let me take a stroll back up to my building, which is just here. Didn't have to walk too far to make this video, but think about inputs and outputs. Get the bullshit out, right? Start thinking about the changes you want to make. Start thinking about, okay, fine, I need to smoke less, I need to drink less, okay? I need to eat better food, I need to work out more. First of all, just get that in your head. The point of this video isn't to change your life within 20 minutes. The point of this video is to get you thinking that, first of all, and to get you thinking, even me, as efficient as I can be sometimes in life, I had a couple of days of smoking weed here and I felt like shit and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even film any videos, I couldn't even put any good content out there, I couldn't even do any proper work, right? So scrap that shit. Even the smartest people in the world, even the best of us, can't do anything if we've got the wrong inputs into us, right? So that's the first thing I want you to start thinking about. Think about the change you need to make and start thinking when you want to make that change, okay? Just plan it into your head, because we're going to go through all this shit together, right? Right, say goodbye. You'll see a lot more of Miami Beach because I'm here for another month. And then I'm going to LA in January, so you guys will get to see that place too. Also thinking about booking Philippines in Feb, because I just want to stay in the sunshine for the next few months, and London gets pretty cold during the winter, and it's not a place you really want to be in the winter, so it's just like, right, fuck that. So here I am in beautiful Miami, lovely weather, going back up to my room now. Peace guys, hope you're well, design your life, lots of love, take care of yourselves.